Now we got to get into one of my favorite segments. It's called RJ You Thought, right? And in this, we take on some burning questions heading into the weekend. The first one that we have for you is, will the winner of Iowa versus Penn State make the playoff? All right, this is me future casting, right? When I make rankings, I'm going off of results, not who I think has the better roster, right? I see a lot of this, but RJ, Ohio State stopped the mud hole in Rutgers and lost to Oregon. The results got to matter, all right? I had Ohio State beating Rutgers, right, by infinity, just like I had them beating Oregon by infinity, and RJ, you thought. But no, I don't think that the winner of Iowa Penn State is going to make the playoff, right? I still think this is Ohio State's league until proven otherwise. Their only losses in non-conference. They started off conference with a bang. Some of y'all owe CJ Stroud an absolute apology. And you can deliver that right here in the comments of the number one ranked show. So no, I don't think Iowa and Penn State are going to make the playoff. But the winner, it ain't going to hurt their chances none, right? They're coming into this game as two of the top 5 teams in the country. The Big Ten also is putting the SEC on notice. First with Penn State getting that W against Auburn, right? And Iowa saying, hey, y'all can't score on us. Nobody can score on us except maybe, perhaps Bama. We'll see. I think Iowa looks a lot like 2009 Alabama. Don't know if they're that good, but that's how they're built, right? They got a outstanding defense and an offense that is going to keep them in a football game but cannot come from behind. They got to depend on their defense. Penn State, they've proven to me they're a good football team. First, the game against Wisconsin I thought was great, and then, again, the win against Auburn in Happy Valley, very big deal. All right. I want to get to the next question we have for you. Is Arkansas still in the playoff conversation with a win against Ole Miss this weekend? The absolute answer is yes. Matter of fact, I can make the same argument for a number of teams, but not Ole Miss. Why not Ole Miss? Because they already had their chance to beat Bama, and they lost. Matter of fact, Bama doubled them up. Arkansas, right, took the loss to Georgia. Fine, whatever, cool. If you are able to get the win against Ole Miss and keep on trucking, when you get to your game against Bama and you can pull off the biggest upset of the season, if not the last few years, as Alabama's on like an 18, 19-game win streak, yes, you are still in the hunt for the playoff. Number one, because we believe the world is dictated by SEC football, in particular Bama. You knock off the crown jewel of the SEC in their division, it's clear sailing to the SEC championship game, and perhaps you learn something from that game against Georgia and put it into action in the game against Atlanta. I'm saying to you, Arkansas folks, season ain't over. Go get you a W against the Lane Train, and then we'll see. But it ain't easy to go into Oxford and get a W. All right, I want to get to the next question. Is Oklahoma for real with a win against Texas? It depends, dog. All right, this is another thing, right? I respect being undefeated. I respect results. I'm also the first person to tell you Oklahoma ain't looked nothing like no world beater, right? Like, my national championship pick is still very much intact, but that's because they ain't lost, not because they have looked, like Alabama or Georgia. I put out my tiers earlier today. Only Alabama and Georgia are in that first tier. I got Oklahoma toward the end of these tiers, dog, because I need them to put it all together. For me, it's a question of maturity with this team. They're talented enough. I don't know if they are mature enough on the offensive line, and I don't know if they're mature enough to put people away. You have an opportunity to do that against a Texas team we all respect, all right? They're ranked here. They're ranked in the AP. We respect this Texas team, and if you could put the lid on Bijan Robinson, who I think is making a case for the Heisman once again, you have an opportunity right here. Last year, Spencer Rattler got the hook and had to come back and win this game in 4 overtimes. We'll see what it looks like this year. Also, low-key, we got a BYU on BYU problem here. Steve Sarkisian was quarterback at a time when Dennis Simmons was linebacker at BYU, and neither one of them is LDS, so they got to be real close friends and, bonding over, hey, we just came here to play football as opposed to anything else. I'm interested to see about that. Also, shout out Dennis Simmons, who had an opportunity to go join your man's Steve Sarkisian at Texas and decided to ride with Lincoln Riley. Okay. Got a lot that we're paying attention to, and OU Texas this year. It's also the first time both of those teams have been ranked at the same time since 2019. 2020, kind of let down, and that's mostly Oklahoma's fault. All right, last question we got for you here. Is this the year a G5 school crashes the party? Man, dog, I hope so. Man, I hope so. You know we live for this, right? Coastal Carolina, Cincinnati, BYU, come through, baby. Come through, right? Like Cincinnati, they got their top 10 win against Notre Dame on the road, right? Snapped 26-game win streak at home for ND. BYU got top 25 wins, 2 of them, right? They play a pretty doggone good schedule, and I expect them once again to be there at the end, all things equal. If they run the table, and we got 3, 4, 5 one-loss teams out of Power 5, you damn well better put BYU in the playoff. Hey, kinfolk, I appreciate you for watching. Subscribe here and ring the bell so you don't miss the latest upload to the channel. Also, be sure to watch more videos here, like FS1 Studio shows and the best from Fox Sports and Fox Sports Digital.